Hello and welcome to Today I Would Like to Share, where we take some time out of our busy lives to share the things important to us. My name is Kyle, and with me today, we are technically common law married, Jordan.
Yeah, you're living rent-free in my head for the past 15 years.
It's where I want to be, baby. And he'll tell you what he wants, what he really, really wants. Andrew.
It's a pack of Pokemon cards, and it always has been. And I'm still waiting for someone to give me one.
Is that what the Spice Girls song is about? Pack of Pokemon cards?
I think they publicly say otherwise, but we all know. We all know what it is.
Did those two things happen at the same time? I think they did.
Are you asking if Pokemon and Spice Girls have overlapped? Because that's certainly true.
Yeah, okay. Active from 1994, then definitely.
Yeah.
If you've never heard the Spice Girls, go treat yourself and then watch the movie because that happened.
It's part of history now.
Also, welcome to Season 3 of Today I'd Like to Share.
Welcome to Season 3. You might be surprised because the last episode was Season 2. But it's 2 years later?
Yeah.
Something like that.
We'll go with 2 years.
Time is
life,
relative.
So, in honor of the beginning of Season 3, I wanted to start us off by why doesn't everybody tell us something positive about their lives right now?
Wow.
I'll go first. So, as you two obviously know, me and my wife just moved. Was I married the last time we did this? Yeah, I definitely was. Anyway, me and my wife just moved, and it's great. We love our new place. It is literally like a burden lifted off our shoulders. And now that we don't hate where we live, and the actual building that we live in has been like being able to breathe again.
That's awesome.
And it's been wonderful.
That's great. I'm glad the new place is treating you well.
Yeah, thank you.
Jordan,
Hell
what
yeah.
about you?
Since the last time, 2 years ago, not a whole lot has changed in my life. I guess the major thing is we bought a house, so that's pretty sweet. We have a house now.
Nice house, too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you got a wood shop going in your garage now, right?
Yeah, just started it. I don't have much yet, but I'm working on it.
Nice. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
I'm excited for it.
I've been watching woodworking videos because, it's the internet, and it makes me so happy to watch.
Hell yeah. I can't wait to do it myself. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel.
There you go.
Learning to woodwork.
Yeah. Through YouTube. What about you, Andrew?
There's too much to choose from. Maybe that's the positive thing. But I will say, over the last 2 years, I've picked up inline skating again, which has been a great replacement for ice skating, which I love. But it's hard to find adult ice time here in San Diego that isn't before 11 p.m. So I've been inline skating instead, and it's been a lot of fun.
AKA an hour after bedtime, right?
Yeah. More like 2 hours after bedtime.
Hell yeah.
All right, well, let's jump into it.
Let's.
So, today I would like to share a surgeon by the name of Robert Liston.
Oh,
No
Liston.
way. That's what I was going to share.
Are you serious?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God, Jordan. God damn it. I hate you. Not really. You're wonderful. We're
That's a
married.
good one.
So yeah, Robert Liston. So a little bit of background. So Robert Liston was a surgeon in the 1800s, which, as you can imagine, was a very scary time to have surgery done to you.
Yeah.
And some contributing factors to whether or not a surgery would be successful was usually cleanliness, which a lot of people didn't really take into consideration, but that is a reason why a lot of people died.
Yep.
And also speed, because they don't have blood transfusions or anything like that. So getting somebody taken care of and closed up was probably the highest thing they could contribute to the success of the surgery. So that brings us to Robert Liston's, who was one of the more successful surgeons in this time, to his most famous case, where the surgery had a 300% mortality rate. And you ask, how does one surgery cause 3 people to die? Well, let me read this wonderful little entry here on Wikipedia for him. Although Richard Gordon's 1983 book plays tribute to other aspects of Liston's character and legacy as noted elsewhere in this article, it is his description of some of Liston's most famous cases which has primarily made its way into what is known of Liston in popular culture. Gordon describes what he calls Liston's most famous case in his book, as quoted verbatim below. Amputated the leg in under 2.5 minutes. The patient died afterwards in the ward from hospital gangrene. They usually did in pre-Listerian days. He amputated in addition the fingers of his young assistant, who died afterwards in the ward from hospital gangrene as well. He also slashed through the coattails of a distinguished surgical spectator, who was so terrified that the knife had pierced his vitals, he fainted from fright and was later discovered to have died from shock.
Wow.
So yeah, that's how 3 people die from one surgery. You kill your assistant, you kill the patient, and you literally scare a man to death.
How was a spectator close enough to get in the danger zone? And also, why was there a danger zone? What was going on with these knives? Like, would they have been isolated a bit towards, like, the surgical area versus being flung about?
Also, why are you flinging about? Okay, so the closeness and why he was flinging, I have put some thought into it. I obviously don't know. But my best guess is this person was described as a distinguished surgical spectator, so I'm assuming he did it a lot and he wanted to get close.
He had, like, VIP seats.
Exactly, yes. Yeah. VIP floor on the NBA court seats.
Yeah, courtside.
And as to why he was flailing around, I'm sure his, like, tool was bloody and he was trying to flick blood off. That's my best guess.
Maybe
also, it was like a... Oh, go ahead, Jordan.
I was just going to say, maybe he was like a showman, and he was like dancing as he was
I think you're
doing
right.
the surgery.
Yeah, I mean, they called them surgical theaters back then because there were literal audiences there. It was a spectacle to see, so I bet it was a bit performative, right? He's swishing the blades and, maybe he had a dance routine, too.
This dude is
really
the original Sweeney Todd.
Exactly.
They really did look like theaters, though. Like their surgical areas looked like like a stadium, just a little smaller. Instead of thousands of people, it was probably like 100 or 200 people could fit in the room.
Mm-hmm. Would you have gone?
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I would want to see that.
I can't watch people be ripped apart. Even depictions in media give me too much of the heebie-jeebies. I just started watching Chernobyl, the TV show today.
Oh, so good. So good.
The first, I guess, scene,
brutal.
The first act is that basically a whole bunch of people dying of radiation sickness.
Yeah.
And it is gut-wrenching. It is,
gruesome.
Oh my gosh. It was like making me so anxious to watch these people just like, and the people who made the show did an amazing job, makeup and everything, just like slowly making them all through shot, look more and more burnt up and diseased, basically. It's amazing. So absolutely not.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to either. I mean, it would also just like put you off from ever having a surgery.
Yeah.
If you needed one, right? Like if you actually medically needed one, but you'd seen what happens in these surgical theaters, I don't know if I would go for mine,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, that brings me to my question for you guys. What surgery in the 1800s would you have died from?
All of them.
Ooh, yeah.
You're
Really,
you're going to get all of them.
They weren't washing their hands back then.
I know.
I mean,
I did mean, like, what were you having done to you?
Man.
I'm definitely dying from a botched ice pick lobotomy.
Lobotomy, yeah.
Because I probably annoyed somebody too much. And it just went wrong. Sorry, in quotations, went wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, the 1800s couldn't handle me. They would have to lobotomize me.
think
Yeah, I could see myself going the way of the ice pick. I could also see myself like getting one of those experimental surgeries that they were probably doing. I'd be like, "Oh, you think we could maybe make a half man, half fish? I'll take the half fish." You know,
Sign me up.
Sign me up. I want to swim better. Hey, you can put the gills on my neck too. Let's see if we can breathe underwater. You know, I would give them ideas. We'd workshop it together, but I would ultimately die from it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good choice.
yeah, that's a good one. I was kind of thinking along the similar lines, whereas like I'd be like a test subject where they try to put like an animal's heart inside of me to see if it worked,
Yeah.
and I'll just die, obviously. But or just like take my brain out of my body to see how long they can keep it alive.
So you guys, on your 1800s ID, definitely were organ donors, but it just didn't specify whether or not you were alive or dead when they took
Yeah.
organs.
They didn't really care about that distinction back then. They was like, you know, just ready to harvest whenever they needed it. Really. If you were,
I was gonna say,
you kind of had to
pretty
know
su-
what you were signing up for.
I'm pretty sure everyone who died back then was an organ donor, whether they liked it or not.
Bonus question. I asked this to my wife last night, and she looked at me like, "What? Why are you talking to me?"
Are you
What?
talking about Jordan?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. What organ or body part would you replace first with robotics?
Oh. For sure my eyes. I already need glasses, so if you can give me perfect eyes, go for it. Yeah, I think eyes would be cool. I want to do stuff like zoom in and put on, you know, a night filter. Stuff like
Night
that. Record stuff and play back in slow-mo.
Just turn them off.
Yeah, just turn on infrared only, you know, or something like that too. It would be cool to choose what kind of spectrums I'm pulling in and whatnot.
For me, it'd be the ears, for a lot of similar reasons.
That's my answers for completely different reasons. I don't
So you
care
can turn
about
them
hearing
off?
better. No,
Oh,
like I mean, there's that, but
I would love to turn them off at work, but
Yeah. The whole reason why I want to I want to replace my ears with robot ears is because I'm really, really tired of earwax.
Oh yeah.
It's just,
okay.
it's super annoying. It happens every day, and it drives me bananas.
interesting fact and big reveal. Pretty soon, I'm gonna have to have mechanical pieces in my ears because I have to get hearing aids.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that they're like drastically reducing the price.
I also heard they're way better now.
The
than
ones
they used to be.
I felt a little bit better after looking at some. The ones I'm getting, like, you barely even notice they're there. So
Gotcha.
it's kind of
That's cool.
Yeah, because they used to be required to have a prescription, and they stopped that, if I remember correctly.
Well, I have a prescription.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something they're working on then. Well, that's great. You know, like most of the time when people get them, their quality of life goes up, so I'm happy
Yeah,
for
that'll be
you.
cool.
Yeah, I'm long overdue for them. I was
Yes,
kind
you
of
are.
embarrassed for a while, but I was like, whatever. My life doesn't be easier.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's all about quality of life, man.
yeah.
Do what you got to do to raise that quality of life.
For sure.
I think if anyone would like look at them and make a judgment about you because of them, that's more of a tell about who that person is versus
Oh,
who
yeah.
you are.
Also, like, what
That's the
a
other thing.
what a weird thing to make fun of somebody for.
Yeah, makes no
That,
sense.
and also, like, I've never really cared what people thought of me. So,
That's
if
what I
I'm
like
being
about you,
honest.
Jordan. Among
Hell
other
yes.
things.
Sometimes you just start getting old and it scares you, you know?
Yeah.
The other, like a month or so ago, I was eating some pie, and I'm like munching on it, and I think to myself, man, that's some really good crust. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I'm getting old.
I know. I like the crust now.
Gosh,
Yeah,
will I
I've had
ever
similar
say that?
realizations. I'm like, oh my god, who am I? That sounds like something my grandpa would say.
Mm-hmm.
If I ever say that with cheesecake, please kill me.
It
Dude,
was
there's some
cheesecake.
decent
That's what I
crust
was
on
eating. It was
cheesecake.
cheesecake.
Yeah, the
Oh
graham
my
cracker
God.
crust, man.
No.
I mean, the rest was good too, but man, that crust was great.
Yeah. It's okay to like crusts. You know, we should make a shirt that says it's okay to like crusts. That's our new merch idea. Coming soon from Blamo Industries.
I'd wear it.
I would wear
As
it.
long as
I
it's
wear
not
some pretty
made with
stupid stuff, though,
molasses.
so.
I mean, I'm wearing this, so yeah.
No molasses.
No molasses. See, you're saying all the wrong things. I'm aging into molasses cookies are like in my top 5 cookies.
Oatmeal
There's a
raisin
reason
cookies.
why I'm saying it, and you'll find out soon.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
okay. Uh-oh. Foreshadowing. The suspense is building. Well, that was a great topic, Kyle.
Thank
It
you.
was.
Yeah, I appreciate you
kind of
sharing.
crazy.
That's a fun one.
I have a question. Do you
Oh.
think there'll ever be another doctor with a 300% mortality rate?
I hope not.
Let's keep that one.
Let's
to
hope
record.
that's in the past. Yeah. I mean, when like civilization falls, we go and we have to. It's everything's cyclical, so we'll fall
Sure.
and rise again, and then it'll happen.
See, I think there
True.
was probably a time before modern medicine where we were way better at that stuff because we knew like all the natural remedies and whatnot, and maybe there were like alternatives to even needing surgery for a lot of that kind of stuff. And then as we learned more about modern medicine, we were really bad at it because we were just learning about it. So we had all these terrible surgical, accidents. And now we're like on the peak end where we understand it. But if we reset, we might end up in a period where like it's not too bad for a while
Right.
until it gets worse. Anyway, that's all hypothetical and based on no information.
You know what's based on information? This transition. Are you finding yourself liking crust? Ew, right? You never thought you'd be here, but you are. So head on over to Blamo Industries and buy our t-shirts that say, "It's okay to like crust." Today, I would like to share something called the Molasses tidal wave of 1919.
Oh my god.
You.
Oh yeah. Have you guys heard of this?
No,
This
I
event
have
is
not.
bonkers.
I'm
What year was it?
picturing it right
1919.
now.
You said.
1919.
Wow.
Molasses tidal wave.
Is this what kicked off the Roaring Twenties?
It kicked off the roaring 20s of corporate safety laws.
We like those.
Alright, so, yeah. January 15th, 1919 was when this event happened. But before we get to that fateful day, we're going to go a little before that. So there was a company called Purity Distilling that
Wow.
produced ethanol.
What a name.
The way they produced ethanol was by fermenting molasses. And obviously back then, ethanol was massive, especially before 1919 during World War I. So, as a massive company, lots of money. 4 years prior to January 15th, 1919, they bought a massive steel tank to store the molasses. It was 50 feet tall and 90 feet wide. It could hold
Wow.
2.5 million gallons of molasses,
It's a lot
which
of
is
molasses.
just ridiculous. This particular tank was located on the northern end of Boston, basically right in between the port and a very poor neighborhood. Because they were in a poor neighborhood, the company could kind of really do whatever they want.
That's how it
And
goes.
obviously, the residents tried to protest this. They didn't want the tank going up. And didn't work, obviously. They put the tank there. So, after the tank was built, they filled it up a bunch of times. No real big issues. One time, later on, they filled it up with 2.3 million gallons of molasses, which was the most they've ever put in it. And, yeah. We'll get to that in a little bit. But the first time they ever filled up the tank, residents could see molasses dripping out of cracks down the side,
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Yep.
great.
Yep.
which is, you know,
Always a
just
good sign.
absolutely wonderful. And obviously the sweet smell of molasses could be smelled throughout the entire town. And so
Not as nice.
some-
Not as nice as you think it would be. Even if
Which-
it smells sweet.
Yeah.
right,
If
exactly.
you go to wait, is it Bay City in Michigan? The entire town smells like sugar beets.
Yep.
Not great.
With the molasses dripping down the side, some poor local entrepreneurs grabbed some sticks and twisted it around the molasses and made little, basically, lollipops out of them and sold them to some kids.
That's capitalism,
kind-
baby.
That's
love
kind of
that.
interesting.
That's like the Robin Hood of sweet making right there.
Hell yeah. So, check this out. The company's bosses were alerted of the leaks pretty much right away, and they actually took action.
Well, if
But
you're gonna lose product, you're losing money. You know, you gotta act quick on that.
see, you would think that. But this is the action they took.
Oh God.
They painted the outside of the tank brown to disguise the cracks and make the leaky molasses less
God.
noticeable.
Nice.
After that, each time the tank was filled, residents could hear the tank making noises and cracking, or creaking. So back to the 2.3 million gallons that they added to the tank. It's the most it's ever held, obviously, at one time. Because of that, and the heat of the time they did it, it began fermenting in the tank, which it wasn't supposed to. And because of that, the pressure in the tank increased,
Yeah.
causing, obviously, massive strain. There was so much pressure, it started to shoot the rivets out of the tank, and they were lodged into the brick building
Oh my
next
God.
to it.
Whoa.
Residents said it sounded like gunshots.
Mhm.
Shortly after that, the sides of the tanks were ripped apart, causing the 2.3 million gallons of molasses to rush down onto the streets, and they reported it as looking like a tidal wave. It was a wall that was 15 feet tall and traveling at a speed of 31 miles an hour.
You know what though? That's faster than I thought it was gonna be. moving.
Yeah. Slow
I
as
thought this was
molasses
gonna be
isn't as slow as you would think.
Yeah, but when
Exactly.
there's that much and that tiny of a space, it
Yeah.
just...
And pressure. You know, you had pressure involved in there too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I thought it was
I
gonna be
mean,
I thought this was gonna be the slowest tidal wave of all time, and I'm just
was
walking
like-
away from it.
Well, I don't know if you can describe it as a tidal wave, but maybe you can.
Yeah.
But you can.
So, here's, I think, why they described it as a tidal wave. As it was moving, buildings were ripped from their foundations, houses were completely flattened, and even some steel girder support beams for a railway bridge just snapped in half like twigs.
Wow.
Because
Well,
of
yeah,
it.
because it's like it's got more stuff to it. You know, like water will flow and
Exactly.
move around, but it's not going to
It's
move as quickly.
thick.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
even water is really destructive
Oh,
too when
yeah.
it's moving, but like that viscous of a material is going to have some weight to it. That's crazy.
So the total distance it traveled was a third of a mile, which is pretty significant. But obviously, as it traveled and got away from the heat of the tank, it cooled down, started to slow down.
Yeah.
Tragically, there were 21 people that were killed, hundreds more severely
Wow.
injured. One of the people that were killed was a kid, and the way he died was the molasses actually pushed a bus into him.
Oh my
And-
God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, which is just insane to think about. But we're getting close to the end here. Obviously, with any tragedy like that, there's going to be a bunch of rubble everywhere. But this time it was pretty unique because rescuers had to weigh their way through molasses that was going
Yeah.
up to their waist, which is not an easy thing to do. And then the other tragic part of this is the night after this happened, we were in the middle of winter and the temperatures dropped so low that it all hardened. And basically, all the bodies that they couldn't get to were entombed within the molasses, which is just horrible.
Yeah.
Somebody's bodies weren't found until 4 months after the instance.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
But to get rid of the molasses, they tried spraying it with regular water. Didn't work. So someone came up with the idea of using salt water, and maybe the salt it's abrasive enough to wind it down. And it turns out that actually worked. The only problem is it took about 80,000 man-hours to get all of the molasses to go
Wow.
down the sewers to clean up. And then
I mean, okay, so I wasn't there. I don't know. But it seems like you could give some people some pickaxes. And especially if it's dead winter, it'd be frozen.
they did that. They were using pickaxes to try to get bodies out that were entombed in it.
Mm.
But there's just so much of it that they also didn't really have anywhere to put it all. They wanted to get it all down into the drains.
If only they had a huge tank. That was about 2.1 million gallons.
Right?
Build a
Especially,
second
you know,
tank.
one that was built properly, and we're about to get into that. So the company tried to get off the blame by creating a story stating that some local anarchist strapped a bomb to the tank and blew it up.
Of course.
It's always the
Luckily-
local anarchist.
It was guys, it was Antifa.
Luckily, the judges shot that down and launched a full investigation. During that investigation, they found that the man that created the tank couldn't even read a blueprint and wasn't actually an engineer. It was discovered that the walls of the tank were way too thin to be holding even water. It was a miracle that it even lasted that long.
Wow.
After a 6-year-long lawsuit, the company was found fully responsible for the incident and had to pay $650,000 to the families of the victims, and which is a lot of money back then,
Yeah.
and paved the
1919
way
money.
for a ton of safety laws that corporations had to follow the day. Just two more facts for you. The estimated total for damages, property damages, equaled around $100 million in today's rate. And then the other fact is, if you go to Boston today on a hot summer day, you can still smell molasses.
Probably, their sewers are probably coated in it.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's
Probably some molasses monster living down there somewhere. That's exactly what it sounds like.
So, my question today is,
Mhm,
to get away from the darkness of this story, if you guys were somewhere and it was guaranteed that it wouldn't kill you or anyone else, what would you want to see flowing down the street that you think would be pretty cool or tasteful if you could eat it? What would you want to get hit by a tidal wave of?
Pineapples.
Yeah, pineapple
Pineapples.
juice. Or
Oh, no, just pineapples.
those are spiky.
So?
Okay.
It's still cool.
Put on protective gear then.
We'll build a bunker first.
Oh, visually just the pineapples. Okay. I was thinking you had to be there in person. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Pineapples.
I'm thinking like some kind of juice, something that you could drink, like a fruit punch or something, like Hawaiian punch coming down the road would be pretty cool. But then you probably wouldn't want to drink it because it's all in the street and stuff. So maybe I'm changing my mind. Maybe instead of something flowing down the street, it's kind of like a seasonal ice rink that a community might put up, but it's just full of Jell-O for you to experience what it would be like to try to walk through Jell-O.
That'd be cool. Or what if, along with the fruit punch idea, it's not a tidal wave, but you're hiking in a mountain and you just mysteriously come across a spring that just has fruit punch?
That would be amazing.
That'd be sick.
I wouldn't ever go back. I would just be like, okay, I live here now. We're setting up base camp at the base of this fruit punch spring.
Springs
Right.
already kind of seem like magic. It's like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
what? There's just a whole bunch of fresh, clean water
Yeah.
spilling out of the ground. What? Not even spilling, just shooting.
Yeah.
But for it to be fruit punch, that
There's some wizardry at work here.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You've come across a miracle.
That'd be amazing.
Forget the fountain of youth.
Oh, yeah. You don't need to live
This is-
forever if you're sipping fruit punch for free
This is
from a
the
mountain
fountain
spring.
Man, now I want fruit punch.
That's why I bought myself pineapple Doritos,
That was
That's
the right
fair.
move.
which I'm now going to try to open
I have water and pasta.
with wire cutters.
As soon as we started recording, Angela brought me some pasta.
Oh,
That
hell
was great
yeah.
timing.
Hell yeah.
I love the idea of that in a controlled situation where nobody got hurt.
Yep. Oh yeah, it'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I like it from like an experimental standpoint. Like I would like to see something like that happen without any like damage to people or property.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like a parody of a disaster movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Where it's
reminds
like-
me of like the behind the scenes ride you can do at Universal where they like take you to this little market and they're like, and this is how we do flash floods in the movies, and they like pretend this big wave of water's coming at you and then it just kind of like washes down the street, but then they talk about like using milk in the water because it makes it look like it's more like foamy and stuff.
Frothy
But
and
like
stuff, yeah.
But yeah, they should have like a controlled environment where you're like, okay, this is what it looks like when molasses is rushing at you down the road, and you're like, okay,
So
now I know.
I think it'd be sweet to see that, but the thing to me that would be just insane to see is something as thick and viscous as molasses traveling at that speed.
Yeah.
It's just wild.
And it's going to
to me.
hold everything, too.
Yeah, it's like a blob in a dungeon, just rolling down a hill, picking up everything.
Yeah, it's Katamari
Or a
Damacy.
gelatinous cube.
Yeah, it's Katamari Damacy, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they were trying to do. They were trying to make a new star.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, true.
And props to them for that.
Yeah.
And I can't believe those anarchists came and tried to blow up their
It's-
plans.
Antifa ruins everything.
Even giant corporations. How sad.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing, Jordan.
You're welcome. Thanks for listening.
Well, today I would like to share a game I like to call Trivia Stars. A trivia
Oh,
game
boy.
where our contestants reach for the stars. You,
You're going down.
and by you I mean you, Kyle and Jordan,
I'm so going down.
you will answer trivia questions to earn stars. The player with the most stars at the end of the game wins it all. And here's how it works. There are 3 categories of questions, each containing 3 questions. A 1-star question, a 2-star question, and a 3-star question. You'll take turns selecting a category and the star level question to answer. If you answer correctly, you'll earn the stars. If you answer incorrectly, the other player will have a chance to steal the stars. We'll play until all questions have been asked, and at the end of the game, the player with the most stars will win. Are you ready to play?
Yes.
Born
Okay.
ready.
Oh, love it. Awesome. Well, today's categories are real life dragons, missing lyrics, and largest North American cities.
I just want to say, a star is about to be born today.
Oh yeah, I love it. To determine
fucking
who to determine who will go first, let me ask you a quick question, and don't think about this too hard. Just answer the first thing that comes to your head.
42.
Nope. Let me ask the question first. If you
Banana.
could be papaya, if you could be a bird, what kind of bird would you be? Answer quickly. Let's go.
Blue
Peregrine
heron.
falcon.
What would you say?
I said blue
Per-
heron.
I said peregrine falcon.
Okay. Then Kyle will go first because the largest wingspan goes first. All right, Kyle.
I don't want to go first, but let's do it.
Too bad. You have the largest
Real life
wingspan.
dragons, please.
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Wait, hold up.
So everyone else is pulling the strings.
Who made
behind
it?
the scene. Okay, so you need to pick your category and then your star level. Do you want IRL dragons, real life dragons, missing lyrics, or largest cities in North America?
Definitely real life dragons.
All right, for which
And
star?
We're going big. We're going 3 stars.
3-star real life dragons. Okay, your question is, or identify this dragon. A marine fish, it is the only member of the genus Phycodurus. It is found along the southern and western coasts of Australia.
Out of all the questions in the world, this is probably the one I'd be able to answer.
You are a
But
dragon
I,
expert.
but I don't know it. I want to say coelacanth, but I think that's around the southern edge of Africa. But whatever. I'll go with that answer.
That is incorrect. All right, Jordan, you have a chance to steal. It's a marine fish. It is the only member of the genus Phycodurus, and it is found along the southern and western coasts of Australia.
Southern western coast of Australia. What's the genome?
The genus
Genus?
is Phycodurus.
Phycodurus. Can you use that in a sentence? No, I'm just kidding. Man, I don't know. This is, I feel like it's some kind of eel. I don't know. I don't even have an answer.
All right, some kind of eel is incorrect. The answer we're looking for is the leafy sea dragon.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder what it looks like.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Sea dragons look really cool. You should look them up. They're very similar to seahorses, but they have a lot more elegance going on with extra kind of floaty limbs that make them look like dragons.
Oh, shit. That is cool.
I probably should have figured that it would be some sort of sea dragon, but I was like, oh, dragons is going to be pretty abstract, right? It was
Oh,
not.
well, see, this is your clue. And maybe you could have found that out earlier if you had picked a 1-star question.
No.
Now we know.
Now we know. Exactly. Someone had to make the leap. All right, Jordan, it's your turn to pick. Do you want IRL dragons, missing lyrics, or largest cities in North America?
Do missing lyrics for 3 stars.
Oh, man, we're going for these 3-star ones. I love it. Okay, so missing lyrics for 3-star. Complete the lyrics from Gangster's Paradise by Coolio and Killian Mash. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Because I've been blank, blank, blank so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
Oh my god, I should know this. I literally heard this song today. The Valley of
timing.
the Shadow of Death. Shit. I know one of the words is pimpin'. Pretty sure.
Do you want me to repeat the missing line?
I've been blank, blank, blank. Even my mama thinks that my mind is gone, right?
Yeah, because I've been blank, blank, blank so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone.
Oh, okay. I've been so long. God damn it. I should know this, and I'm really mad that I don't. I'm angry with myself. I don't know. I don't even have an answer.
And I'm not even going to try to steal, so.
Okay, so we're getting a double skip on this one?
Yeah.
A classic double skip. That's okay, and totally appropriate. The answer we're looking for is because I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. Blasting and laughing is what we were looking for.
If you would have asked the equivalent of the Weird Al Yankovic one, I probably would have known it.
Okay.
Oh, I would have
know
got that
for next time.
100%.
All right, back to Kyle. So far, the scores are even at 0-0.
Watch us get none right.
All right, do you want largest cities in North America?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want IRL dragons or missing lyrics?
Let's do largest cities for 3 stars.
All right, another 3-star. Now all 3 stars are going to be off the table. All right. The 7th largest city in North America with a population of just over 2 million people is which city?
Jesus Christ.
You're going to have to wait to steal. You can't just
I
raise
don't
your
want to
hand.
steal, but I have a
Okay.
question.
Okay.
If neither of us get it right, can you tell us what state it is and we go again?
No.
Okay. 7th largest city.
I'm going to go with St. Louis.
Incorrect. And Jordan, a chance for you to steal.
What was the population?
The population is just over 2 million people, and it's the 7th largest city in North America.
I'm going to say Seattle.
All right, that's incorrect. The answer we were looking for is Havana, Cuba.
Oh, God. Oh, North America.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're going to have to remove yourself from your U.S. centrism.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
never have said that. Okay. So no 3 stars.
No three stars available for anyone. That's 0-0. Back to you, Jordan, to pick the category. Do you want IRL dragons, missing lyrics,
I want
or largest
missing
city?
lyrics for 1 star.
Missing lyrics for 1 star. Okay. Please fill
Chicken.
in the missing lyric from All Star by Smash Mouth. It's a
Hey,
cool
man.
place, and they say it gets colder. You're bundled up now. Wait till you get older. But the blank blank beg to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture.
Oh, fuck. But the blank blank. What's the word before and after the blank blank?
But the blank blank beg to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture.
The...
I'm not gonna lie, I only thought it was one word.
It is 2 words. Just put a space in between what you thought it was. Maybe I won't notice.
I'm passing it to you, Kyle. You seem to know, and I have no
Okay.
clue.
Kyle, a chance to steal.
I thought it was meteorite, but that's something that crashed.
Oh, you're so close.
It's okay, so it's gonna be meteor site. Sure, I'll go with
Oh
that.
man, I almost want to give it to you. And maybe I'll let Jordan decide since he's your opponent. The answer we're looking for is Meteor Men. You were so close.
Meteor
But the
Men.
Meteor Men beg to differ, judging by the hole in the satellite picture. They're talking about meteorologists.
You can have it.
Okay.
I'll take it. I don't
It's
feel like
close.
I deserve it. But
It's the closest we've gotten to a correct answer, so we got to award something here.
I'm still gonna win.
1 star for Kyle.
we're so
Alright.
bad at trivia. We had to bend the rules, man.
Hey, we got a score on the board though. That's all that matters. All right, Jordan,
Score.
back to you to select a category. Oh wait, no, that was Kyle's steal. Kyle,
Yeah.
back to you to select a category. Do you want IRL dragons, missing lyrics, or largest cities in North America?
Let's finish off the missing lyrics category and go
Yep,
with the 2
okay.
star.
All right, please fill in the missing lyrics for "Believe" by Cher. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel blank, 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 blank. I really don't think you're strong enough. No.
I can feel the beat inside myself.
Final answer?
Sure.
That is incorrect.
Damn.
All right, Jordan, a chance to steal. Do you want me to
I can
repeat?
I can feel something inside me say.
Oh, that is correct. Right on the money. I can feel something inside me say. See, I picked this one because I always thought it was I can feel something inside myself, but it's inside me say. Yeah, it's a good one. It's really hard to completely understand what Cher is saying in this song, but it's a great song.
Well, at any
Great
given
song.
point in time, really.
Great song. True, but great song.
The only reason I know she says I can believe is because she says it like 600 times.
Yeah, the consistency and repetition helps. Cool. All right, so now the scores are 2 stars to Jordan, 1 star to Kyle. It's getting interesting, folks. And so we will pass it back to Jordan to pick the category. There are no questions left in missing lyrics, so you can choose between IRL dragons or largest cities in North America.
Let's do largest cities in North America for 2 stars.
For 2 stars, okay. The 4th largest city in North America with a population of just over 3 million people.
And this is North America, not so I gotta think outside the box here.
I feel personally attacked that you're making us think about South America.
I'm not making you think about South America.
Oh, North America. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
This is
man.
gonna be so,
I'm
oh,
These are your
you know
neighbors.
what?
I'm just
I'm gonna go
offended.
out on a whim here, and I'm gonna say Toronto, Canada.
And you would be 100% correct. It is Toronto.
Oh my God.
It's the 4th largest city in North America with just over 3 million people.
Amazing.
Jordan's
Great
on a
job.
roll with 4
I was
stars
just thinking
now.
of Canada. I was like, it's probably somewhere in Canada. What's the city in Canada?
I mean,
All right.
people only live in like 4 places in Canada, so.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle. In IRL Dragons, we have a 1-star question and a 2-star question still available, and we have one-star question available within the largest cities of North America.
2-star dragons.
All right, 2-star dragons. All right, name this dragon. An insect that can move and rotate each of their 4 wings independently. These insects can also fly backwards, up, and down.
Dragonfly, unless you're looking for a specific species.
Nope.
Go
There
with
are
that.
over 3,000 species of
Yeah, I was
dragonfly,
gonna- yeah.
so we will not narrow it down, but that is absolutely
Nice.
correct. The IRL
Nice.
dragon we were looking for was dragonfly. Scores are close, 3-4. Jordan, back to you to pick a category, of which we have one question in each.
Largest cities, 1 star.
All right. This is the largest city in North America with a population of over 9
That's-
million people.
That's easy, and I know this for a fact.
All right, let's
It's-
hear your answer.
Mexico City.
Mexico City is the correct answer. It's not even close. It is the biggest
Yeah.
city in North America by a decent margin.
It's insane.
It's pretty crazy. On my list to visit. Still haven't been there. Need to. Food's amazing. All right, so now the score is 5-3. Kyle, you technically can no longer win, but we'd love for you to answer the last question anyway, which is the
That's right.
1-star dragon question. Okay, name this dragon. A large reptile that is endemic to the Indonesian islands. It is the largest living species of lizard.
Komodo dragon.
It is the Komodo dragon. That's absolutely correct. Great job. The scores are 4-5, which means our winner is Jordan. Congratulations, you are our trivia star. All right. Great
I
work.
lose game shows. That's a running thing. I've won very few of them here on today. I would like to share. I feel like it was close this time.
It was
It
very
was.
close. Yeah.
What
It was
did
a
I
rough
gather
start,
from
but you guys
this?
both pulled it back in to make it a
The only
close
thing
race
I
at the end.
gathered from this is me and Kyle are both idiots.
Yeah.
Well, I would reframe that positively to say, look at all the interesting things you guys did know at the very end. Look at all that
True.
knowledge.
I wasn't really referring to scores, more of you said North America, and then we both thought United States. And then
Yeah.
you said North America, and I thought, man, South America. And
Yeah, look, we're American. Geography is not our strong suit. We're fitting right into the stereotype.
listening isn't our strong suit.
That too. 2 things we hate to do: look at maps and listen.
Yeah.
But
Hell
great
yeah.
work. I'm glad you guys played the game. Thanks for joining. That was a lot of fun. And now we know who our trivia star is, and that's Jordan.
And a star was born. Great
Star
job.
was born. Yeah. Katamari Damashi, successful.
I appreciate you doing 2 categories that were like, oh yeah, Kyle and Jordan probably know this stuff, and then just going cities. Good luck.
Yeah. That's kind of what
Yeah.
it was. One, I was trying to keep like generic trivia, and that was the cities, but I was like long shot on if anyone knows these. I also purposely picked ones that were not in the U.S. So not a
Yeah.
single city I listed was in the U.S. Just to
That's
make
why I
it hard-
said Toronto, because I was like, that first city wasn't in the U.S., so that might be a clue. But thanks, that was a great game.
Yeah, thanks for playing.
Love me a game. Jordan, when we were talking about recording this, you had challenged me, I believe it was you, to find a new quote to use for the end of the sign out. And I tried hard, and I did find one, but nothing funny or like lighthearted. It turns out when you talk about sharing, people like to get emotional. And really the Snoop Dogg one is like the only fun one out there that I could
Yeah.
find. But so instead of going like something funny or something by a celebrity, I went with something inspirational. So that about wraps it up. Join us again next time where we do it all again. And remember, as the Buddha says, thousands of candles can be lit from a single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Does that mean we are candles?
I feel kind of candleish. It's all that earwax I was talking about earlier.
You can make a candle.
Yeah. God, it's just a Shrek scene, man. It all comes back to Shrek.
I don't think I'm a candle because I just ruined the happiness of Andrew saying a random goodbye.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye then.
Thanks for listening, and keep an eye out for another episode of Today I Would Like to Share.
Yeah, and make sure you look us up on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast app of your choice.
Once you find us and give us a listen, please leave us an honest review of what you think of the show. You can do so at Apple Podcasts.
And YouTube.
Or send us an email at contact@blamoindustries.com. That's contact@blamoindustries.com.